was John finished fisherman. Just got this reel in yesterday. Literally, just got it in yesterday. And I may use it. So I thought I'd go ahead and clean it up. If I don't use it, I may give it to my kid to use down on the coast. It's missing both tags, but on the spool it says it's a Penn 4500 SS. It's a little crusty, but not bad. It was full of 8-pound tests, so it probably had freaking 300 yards 8-pound test on it. It says 8, 10, 12. I would run 12 on this reel. They're pretty heavy duty. Let's take it apart. These are nice reels. This series of Penn reels were well made. Some of the last of the USA made reels. Sometimes those caps are missing and they're very hard to find, and sometimes they're very hard to get out of there too. Let's go through the drag system. It's going to have your, if it doesn't have HT100, I'll upgrade it. I'll order something for it. It should have it already in there. We'll see. Yes. It already has the HT100, so nice reel. It's got an upgrade already. I haven't even got started good yet. When you're, a note to everybody that uses ultrasonic, don't put any anodized parts into an ultrasonic. It'll take the color out of it. You don't want to do that. You want that thing to be nice looking forever. This is a ball bearing reel, so it's going to have a few of them in it, at least 2 or 3. Side cover off. I've rebuilt a few of these. I might even have a video of one of these. This reel was used on the beach. It's got sand on it. This would be a very light saltwater rig. It would be good for plugging, which is what I would do with it. And that's what I may end up using it for. However, it does have a bearing in it. It's probably going to have a shim or two, maybe. Let's push that bearing out. Let's see what kind of shape that bearing is. Wipe it down good. Usually these Penn bearings are pretty damn good. Any problems out of them? I'll use a tapered shaft. That way you can run it in against the inner race, spin the outer race, feel for any roughness, and that is like brand new. Man, that's, can't get any better than that. We'll give it some go fast. Let it be soaking in. Might be a week or so before I get back to this reel, so can't remember if there's any shims this side or not. Don't think there is. So we're going to rotate this around so we can get to those 2 screws right there. Take them out. You have to get the axle shaft out before you can take the gear out. Put this over there. I also, on these graphite bodies, I clean them in WD-40. I do not use the ultrasonic on them. The ultrasonic will take that writing off of there. It thinks it's paint. It doesn't know any better. It just eats it right off, or dirt. Takes it right off. Don't put painted surfaces in the ultrasonic. Just metal surfaces. Slide the axle out. Then we can pull the main gear out. And there is shims. Well, is there? Well, I'm not seeing them. When I clean it, I'll put it in something where if there is shims on it, they won't fall off and get lost in the washer. All right, let's get some pliers here. This piece here, just rotate it so it comes out. You can get that gear out of there. It lifts out. No bearings on that. This piece will screw out if you need it to. I don't think I'm gonna have to. That's pretty much the guts. Let's get up here on this rotor nut. There's where there's a little bit of work to do there. We'll get into that in just a minute. Pop that key out of there. That's what they call it. It's a key. This is a little bit complicated of a bail. I want to say the bail spring's on this side. Let's go ahead and take the roller off of it. Oh boy. Roller's locked up. No, it's turning. Oh boy. That screw is stuck. Needing for a little bit of a challenge on this bad boy. We'll put some Kroll on it. We'll come back to this. All right, got some room here for everything. That bearing can go ahead and come out and be checked. It's gonna be 3 bearings in this reel. And they may all be the exact same bearing. We'll see. Sometimes Penn does that because they're pretty smart people. Here again, checking that bearing, it's good. We'll reuse it. And that's just a punch. That is you know who it's made by. It's made in Baltimore, USA. I usually buy USA made tools. It's a punch. Center punch. Works good for checking bearings. All right, let's take this mess apart. Take a good look how this cog is. That's important in that anti-reverse dog there. This comes out together. There's a spacer under that. We'll clean that together just like that. And then you got the bail trip right here. That can come out. Sometimes these are stuck. The only reason why I'm gonna clean this is it's just kind of gunky. And then you got the retainer for the bearing. Screws. Fine reels, I'm telling you. The graphite models, although a good bit lighter and a little bit bounce on a rod a little bit better, because modern rods are very light. If you put a heavy reel on a modern rod, it just doesn't bounce good in your hands, and it just feels, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. And so, like the other version of this reel would be the 450 SS, which would be the metal body version. This is a plastic body or graphite body. They bounce a little better on a rod, but the body's not as strong as the metal bodies, of course, and so therefore that bearing's crunchy. That bearing is. I might be able to bring it back around. I might have one of these in stock. That bearing is crunchy. It's got something in it. We'll put some oil in it and rotate it around a little bit and play with it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this out of here. Flip it back that way. Turn that screw out. And it just slides off the handle, the lever. This pulls forward and that spring comes out. That spring was locked under that little tab right there. And I'm taking it out of here because it's just dirty. And then there's a boss or a bushing that goes in back here. Like I said, this will come out. You put something on it to protect it. Get a hold of it just right. Maybe not with these pliers. We'll try to see. These pliers aren't wanting to behave on it. But you can turn that out of there. We won't bother. I can clean it good with a Q-tip or whatever. So that part of the reel's done. This is going to fight me here. I'm a little bit worried about it. The roller's spinning, but that screw is stuck. I know what I gotta do. I'm getting ready to make a mistake I don't need to make. Well, I was going to put a screwdriver bit on this damn thing. Here they are. Well, I put some torque on that screwdriver bit at some point. Let's see if we can get this out. Butterflied it already. Yeah. Need a bigger bit. That was not going to do the job. Where all my bits are. That's crazy, isn't it? Y'all hear me digging through tools, don't you? You know it's bad when I got to start digging. That tool set there is kind of messed up. I don't know if that'll fit in there or not. Maybe. So this tool here turns into a T-handle. We're gonna screw up. We're gonna screw up big. I don't know if I can get that. I'm gonna end up punching a hole in my hand probably. Need the next size smaller screwdriver. Good grief. I'm digging deep for tools today. That fits really good. We're either going to break it or break it free, one or the other. That screw is looking pretty bad too. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get that apart. That's crazy. Oh, man. We'll go off camera here for a minute. I'm going to use the vise the other way. Lightly clamp. I can't hold it good enough to get any pressure on it. So I'm going to lightly clamp the whole rotor vise. I'm probably going to break something. Reel's probably going to be a parts reel. Coming free. Yeah, it's screwed now. This is what happens if you don't put grease on stuff we put together. This reel's probably never been apart, so I'm not blaming anybody, but I can't get that screw out of there. Ain't going to happen. We'll take this side apart first and try one other way to get at it. This side here's got the bell spring on it. Go ahead and take the bell. What's going on today? Like I said, the bell spring's gonna be underneath here. If this works, it'll be a miracle. That bell spring pops up out of there. Should. Right. Go ahead and take this. Let's take this one off here first. This reel here is not a showpiece, so if I make a little mistake here and there with it to get it fixed, it's okay. Get too upset about it. This piece here has a spring under it, so note how the spring is. I just kind of know because I've done a bunch of these. It's a little bitty lightweight spring, easily lost. And then you got lever, which also has a washer on it, or boss. Actually, it's a boss. Goes in our bushing. It went in from the top. Now we can take that screw there out. Actually, let's try to. I don't know, folks. We're gonna try to do something here. I don't know if it's gonna work. Might just break it free. I did. Just don't know if it's gonna come all the way off like that or not. We'll see. Coming off. So what I had to do is I had to basically. It was Loctite. That didn't help me any either. You can see the Loctite on. Basically, just took this off of the screw. Now, if I'll be able to turn that off there now or not, we'll try it. It's still extremely stuck. All right, going off camera a little bit. We'll try to knock that through there. Well, let's do this. I'm fighting the whole thing. Let's take this arm off. This reel is a perfect candidate to go on a rod, be used in saltwater now. It's not going to be pretty. I don't have the labels for it. These are the ones I feel least guilty about taking to the coast. Douse them in salt water, going after a fish. I'm going to take a non-marring hammer. It's got a Delrin end on it. I'm going to put this over a hole and try to drive that down through there. It's not working at all. That's odd. Wow, that thing is really. really stuck. I got that loose. Good start. This is the little standoff, I call it, or washer, or whatever you want to call it. Keeps the line roller from hitting the bell arm. It don't want to come off of there for whatever reason. Every time I touch it with my fingers, it sucks back in. I'm going to show you why this thing's stuck. Salt water has just gotten all in this thing and locked it up. You can see the salt water corrosion right there. What happens is when you're reeling in your lines, it comes off the water, it comes through right here, and all that salt's coming off right on this. And this is spinning around, so it's just getting slung up in there. This is krill oil. I can also soak it in some vinegar. We'll probably break that salt up. We'll let it sit there for a minute. Do a little bit of cleaning here. These little globs of grease, I try to wipe those off. It makes it clean a little faster up in the parts washer. It's real, to be as old as it is, let's say it's from the late 80s, early 90s probably. It's not in too bad shape, really. Cleaning the crud out of the teeth of the pinion gear, help clean it up a little bit better. This is pretty cruddy. Get all that old grease on there. Scrape the worst of it off. That's why I buy these old rags. They're perfect for this. Just throw them away when you get done. You try to wash these things, your wife or lady friend will be ready to, or your mama or whoever will be ready to string you up. Grease will just ruin the washer. All right. Ask me how I know. Just kidding. As like I said, I'm just going through cleaning things, getting ready to put stuff in the washer. I'm gonna clean this whole reel up here in just a minute. Giving that a chance to soak. Not a whole lot of grease inside this housing. I need a little bit of help to get it out of there, though. All right. And when we're done, just throw it in the trash can. All right. Uh, that thing just doesn't want to turn at all. I don't want to get a hold of it by the thread, so I can get this screw. It's still available. But I'm going to try to save it because, it's just old. It's just old reel. I don't want to have to buy a part for it if I don't have to. Can't heat it. This is plastic. Maybe metal. I don't know. That's a bushing in there. It's about to fall out. Let's go ahead and take it out. Pretty crazy if this thing doesn't want to just turn out there. It's turning now. A little bit at a time. Can't hold it. That's how much pressure that flipping thing has. Put it back in the vise. I know y'all can't see me, but pressure on here either. It's coming. All right. He's loose. So we saved the screw. It's not going to be pretty, but I'll show you how to fix them. Just an old piece of leather belt clamped around that in the vise. Got the thing loose. Look at that. You're going to believe it when you see it, but it's pretty corroded. And there is a washer, star washer down in there. That needs to come out so I can clean it. All right, so that piece is done. Here, look at that screw. Look at the corrosion in that. And my ultrasonic will take that out of there. Now, to make the screw kind of look pretty again, just take your file and just recontour the screw, get the butterfly out of it. It's a stainless steel screw, so it's not gonna be bad to look at. If this were a real going on the shelf, I'd just order a new screw for it at this point. This bad boy is going to get plenty of grease on it, so that'll never happen again. It's going to go on a rod and to the water. All right, I'm going to clean it up. I'll be back. All right, this is John. I'm back. This pretty nice old 4500 SS. It had a couple of issues. I had a little bit of an issue too. I was pulling it out of the parts washer, and this spring flew. I ordered another one. I said, well, I looked the whole house over, literally looked the whole house over. And I thought, well, I'll just order another one. So I went ahead and ordered a new bearing, even though I had one in stock. Always keep one in stock. Well, long story short, I was putting putting all my stuff up and said, well, I'll just have to wait till Mystic gets me the parts in this week. And I found the spring. It was laying about 10 foot behind my workbench on the floor. How it got all the way over there, I will never know. I will literally never know. And like I said, I had the bearing in stock. So I ordered a spring and a bearing. I'm going to have a spring I don't need. So, sometimes working on these reels will test your sanity. But let's go ahead and put it back together before I lose any more parts to it. So the very first thing we'll put back on is the very spring that decided it didn't want to be with me today. It's going to go on. It goes in like this. It can be a little bit aggravating. Get lined up. Seriously, it's just one of them things, just one of them things. There we go. And that's got to go into you got to get that spun just right to make it fit. Like that. So before that goes flying out on me, I'll give it a little bit of oil, then a little dab of grease. And this handle goes on. Oops, yeah, that's right. And the screw. The screw is the smallest little, kind of shiny looking screw. It will fit perfectly down into that recess lever there. And there, now we got the original spring is back in it after ordering another one. So, hey, what can I say? Well, I got the new bearing. Let's go ahead and put it in. That is 20-722 is the bearing. The other bearing was crunchy. It probably would have been okay, but this reel is going to stay in my collection of reels that I use. I wanted to go ahead and give it all the chance I could. Plenty of grease. Goes down in there like that. And I'm going to have to hold that in place. It's going to want to fall out. We'll go a little bit of grease on those threads. And then your retainer goes on here. Got two short screws. So you got 3 screws here. One of them, the longer one, goes with that. It goes right there. 2 short screws go right here. Okay. And it's going to fight me because my fingers are cold. I decided to go ahead and finish this reel. This is the actual, I just took this reel apart an hour ago. So I wanted to go ahead and finish this reel up today. I'm not going to be in town next weekend. So, of course, by the time this video comes out, I'll have been out of town and back in town. And I'm about a month and a half out on my videos right now. A little bit of grease there. And, of course, this goes in just like that. It won't really go one way. Screw goes in. Now, the anti-reverse dog goes in. And that goes like that. So there's how it works. So you don't want any grease or oil right there, but you can put just a dab of oil right there. And then that's the housing for now. Okay. Let's work on this mess. We'll do the bell spring first. A little dab of grease there, and then of course down where the spring pops back and forth. Goes in like this. The short end of the wire goes down, the long end goes up. And you got your cover. This. Put that screw in there, but don't tighten it down just yet. Let's get it started and almost snug. Forgot something. Hang on. Oh, I forgot a couple things actually. Let's go back and fix a couple of things. Let's do this first while it's on my mind. Need some grease right there on top of that spring because it pops back and forth on top of this plate, and cut that friction down as much as you can. But what I forgot was that bushing there goes underneath that. I was thinking I'll get back to that in just a second. Okay. This had the bushing in it. That's on the other side. This one goes in right. It takes spring, this nut right there, screw right here. Oh my goodness! I got all flustered when I lost that spring. I just don't normally go flying like that down here. I'm really careful when I pull things out of containers and stuff. Okay. Now, while I've got it on my mind, this has to come back off. And then this bushing spacer goes in right there. I just forgot it. Okay. It's there. We'll come back to that. Over here. Over here, you got this guy here goes in with that little bushing, and we'll give it some oil. I believe I got it turned the right way. It's hard to remember on these damn things. Got the spring that goes in here. Give a little dab of grease on that screw hole. Screw. We got this has to go under the spring like that. I'm going to have to do a little something here. Look right for some reason. Not right. You're missing it. Got the wrong screw here or something. Maybe that goes up there. And yeah, that's what it is. Take a deep breath, John. I believe this screw here. Let's see if it fits. No, they don't look right. That'd be the right one for that. Oh man. Did I lose a screw or a washer or something? This has to come back out. This goes carefully around before I lose another spring. I'm about ready to lose another spring. Because my fingers is too big and too cold. And that don't want to rotate around. It's hitting the house. We might have got it. Okay. Tuck that spring up in there so it doesn't go flying out. Good grief. This is supposed to be the right screw for that. I'm not sure why it's not doing. I don't know why. I may have this screw and that screw mixed. Bet you $1. That's what it is. I was telling you about make sure you get the right. Well, they're the same size head, but one's longer than the other. Well, that one might have a little bit larger head. That's what the problem is. That's more like it. Okay, back on track. I think the screw will go in here. That's right. That's not right. It'll come off of there. That's not right. There's nothing missing. I love it when I got to improvise. How does this even happen? I know for a fact that's the right screw right there. I know that for a fact. Because it won't fit in here. It's different size thread, diameter, etc. Let's try this little washer up under here. I hope it doesn't hit anything. Oh, I don't really know why we've gotten that far off. It must have been another washer that went in there and I've lost it or something. This don't look right either. But it's not the right part for it, but we're gonna try to make it work. I think that'll work. Just make sure it can't slide off. It can't. Okay. Gosh almighty, why are these things so aggravating? This goes in like that. You know what? I'm a complete dummy. You're watching a man do a complete stupid thing right in front of your eyes. This some days you're better off stay in bed. This screw that I'm laboring over why I put the wrong screw on here is not the wrong screw. Nothing's wrong about it. That washer don't go there. It's all going to fly apart on me because this screw 100% goes where I originally had it. And that washer is just a spare part because I'm stupid. This goes on like that. And then this long screw that I originally put in there and said, well, that ain't right because it's too long, is the actual screw. All I can do is take a deep breath and keep going. Now, that screw goes right back where I originally had it because it was right. How many of these have I done? Obviously not enough. Anyway, we're learning together. Now it's all falling apart again. Not enough fingers to hold it all together. I'm going to set that down for a minute. All right. put this arm on there. Arm goes on just like this. There's a bushing in it. This will go on. And see, when you flip the bail, it pops that down. Now, see some stuff. I got some crud up in there. We need to get that out. It'll turn good. All right. Your roller has a liner. Didn't come out. That liner needs to come out of there. Don't think it's going to, though. We're not going to fight it too far. There's a plastic liner inside that roller that, in all actuality, should come out of there. But it's probably not, because I don't have any way to remove it without tearing it up. See, it's stuck. Yeah, because should have noticed that before I got this far along with it. We just bumbled our way through this reel, didn't we? For no rhyme or reason. We'll try to knock it. Okay, I got it through there. There's the liner. No damage done. It was just, it's rusty. And you don't want that. So we're going to clean it off good. It really should be run through the ultrasonic to knock that rust off of there. But that's not going to happen now. I've already shut the ultrasonic off for the day. Okay. We can get the rust off. Doing too much damage here. Okay. Now, liner goes on. Get some oil on there. Some more oil. Put the roller on. Roller is the same both sides. On there, and then it's working properly. A little bit of grease in those threads. Then the standoff goes on there. And you've got car washer. Now, the screw that made me a rough morning here. Okay. Let's screw in. This has been a little bit of a fight. I thought I was picking up a reel I could get through pretty quick and not make any mistakes on. And well, here I am. That roller. Okay, there it goes. Roller's a little rough. Like for them to spin a little better than that. There's not much I can do about it. It is what it is. All right. A little bit of grease right here. If you can tell I'm frustrated with myself on this reel, I am. This key goes in here. It falls into the square, and then you can put your nut on. You don't have to kill the torque on this nut, maybe 10 inch-pounds, something like that. Okay. All right. Down in here, we've got a bearing that's got to go in. It slides in the slot just like that. Get some grease. A little bit of grease up in there. Some grease on these slides. Just some grease on the gear. Got to go in at kind of an angle like that. Yeah. Grease on top of that gear. And then this goes in. You got to kind of put it in their angle and kind of fight it around. Just like that. Okay. Now your main gear, use it up good. Let's grease off of this brush. Perfect to get rid of it on here. Go. It will go into that bearing just like that. Okay. Now we're going to rotate this around. Pull that crosswind block gets out there where you can get to it easily. Put your shaft in. Pull that. All the way in to where that flat lines up with that crosswind. A little bit of grease on those crosswind screws. They shouldn't never get moisture in there to them, but always possible. And that little lock goes in like that. And then I'm going to use my helper here to set those two screws in place. Yes, it's not going to cooperate either. Why not? You know, I'm having a time. I've lost parts. It's just been something. Got that one set. So it's got a new bearing in it. I actually ended up putting a couple new parts in this reel. I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. Let's get all the parts back in that might end up disappearing again. You got a bearing goes on this side. These bearings were good. Let's put some grease in those screws. Got to kind of fight it down in there. It's kind of just the way it is. I've knocked that thing over 3 times in the last 2 minutes. Then this can go in there, and your screws can go in. Like I said, I don't have the name tags going here. I just don't have them. I had one for 450 SS, and it looks similar, but this is a 4500 SS. Two different reels, so I didn't see any point in going forth with that. Down. Okay. Got your handle. Let's lubricate it really well. Pull on those threads. Pull down in the handle paddle. Tighten it down. Little grease on these threads. Okay, and then it goes. I use the right hand, so we'll just do it like this. Handle's a little bent, but not enough to try to worry about. Not hitting the bail. That's always. These are silent anti-reverse reels. No clickety clickety on that reel. We'll go with some grease down in here and that cap on good tight. Okay. Now, the drag. Get our cowls out because we are going to fight some fish with this reel. I can see a big old Spanish on the end of this one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Put some cowls on. Got 2 keyed. Put a key in there. Cowls. Soft washer, and then here's your Hex metal washer. Goes in. More cowls on your soft washer or fiber wash. This is HT100s. This one's pretty dirty. You can see the dirt coming off, but I soaked them in cleaner. But the dirt won't hurt anything. And then after I clean my fingers up, we'll put that keeper in there, just like that, and a little grease right there. Now, I had in stock the new upgraded cover, our drag knob. It's got the seal on it, keeps all the crud from getting up inside of there. We're going to put that one on there. It's a lot better than the original, and I've got hundreds of those original knobs, and people are always trying to buy them from me. They ain't getting them from me. Maybe after I die. I've got the white knobs, the old Spin Fishers. I've got the black ones. A little bit of everything. But I don't sell parts, and I don't do repairs for other people's reels. It's just not worth it to me. I do this for fun. I don't do it to make a living. Dennis and some of those guys, Young Martins, I guess they do them for a living. I don't. This is all fun for me. I just collect reels. And so let's see how she runs. Something's hitting. Right there, when the spool gets all the way to the bottom, I can tell you what's wrong. It's missing washer. It sure is. It's missing that washer. That one's too big. Or is it? There it is. That was the right washer for it. I just happen to have it in my tray over here. There you go. That took care of it. I didn't notice it was missing that washer when I took it apart and put it back together. See how she flips the bail. That's perfect. That nice soft throw to it. The only thing I didn't like is I had to leave that screw just a little bit loose, and I'm not happy with that. Let's tighten it down a little bit more. They put Loctite on that screw for a reason. They don't want it all the way tight. And I may have to go back and clean it off and re-Loctite it, or peen it right here, maybe. As long as it will turn with the line coming in under stress, it'll be all right. So probably do. Maybe. Work is it? If I could hold it there, same punch I used to test the bearings would peen that over, but I don't know if I'm able to hold on to it and do it or not. Got to get just a little ding in it right there to hold that screw in place. It's a little mechanical means of holding the screw in place. See if I didn't do it. Yeah. Don't know if it fixed anything or not. We'll fish with it and see what happens if I lose that. These parts are still available if I lose them. So this would suck to be out there on the pier and get chasing after. Yeah, change reels out. I do carry spare reels on my part. I like that reel. That's a nice reel. Well, that was a big old mess, wasn't it? That's a made in USA Penn 4500 SS. It's a good fishable reel. It's not a collectible reel. It's not that nice. So guess what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to fish with it. And if I get tired of it, I'll give it to my kid and he can fish with it. Anyway, this is John, Bench Fisherman. Thanks for watching me bumble my way through that one. Lost parts, wrong screws in wrong places. But I upgraded a little bit with a new drag knob, new bearing, and I got a new spring and bearing on the way. $17.50 plus shipping. Anyway, like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see me try again. Talk to you later.